Poseidon is one of the main deities of the Greek pantheon, and is the brother of Zeus, the king of the gods. Poseidon is the god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses. Although he is a powerful deity who controls the violent forces of nature, he has a simpler character than his brother, and is less open to change and development. Poseidon's name probably means husband of the earth, and he is believed to be an ancient Greek deity. His name appears on the Mycenaean tablets of Pylos and Knossos, and at Pylos he was originally the chief god, even more important than Zeus. Although Poseidon is primarily depicted as the great sea god in the Homeric epic and later tradition, this hardly reflects his original nature. It is likely that his attributes changed considerably in ancient times, when he became a sea god and specialized in that role. In literary tradition, Poseidon is portrayed as the majestic and intimidating monarch of the sea. He is a tall, mature, and imposing figure, not unlike Zeus in appearance, but distinguished by his emblem, the trident, and by his scruffier, rougher appearance. The Romans, lacking a better equivalent, equated Poseidon with the complex and dark water deity, Neptune. If Hades in some cases was described as another Zeus, the same could be said of Poseidon, who was the Zeus of the sea. He lived in a golden palace under the sea at Aegae, not far from the island of Samothrace. His main attribute was the trident with a long handle and teeth, which served as both a scepter and a weapon. What was originally a simple fisherman's harpoon, in his hands became a fearsome implement. She used it to stir the waters and calm them again, to break rocks, as when he caused Ajax the Younger to be thrown into the sea, to rearrange the topography of the earth, as when he created the Tempe Valley in Thessaly. Pindar and Aeschylus equate it to Zeus's thunderbolt. When he marched through the sea, the maritime nymphs attended him, as well as the beasts and monsters of the depths. In the Roman and Hellenistic periods, his passage through the sea in his wedding procession became a favorite subject for artists, who liked to represent him in the company of tritons, dolphins, and seahorses, monsters with the top of a horse and the bottom of a fish. The latter sometimes pull Poseidon's chariot or even carry it on their backs. The most important features of Poseidon's activity can be simply summarized in a small Homeric hymn dedicated to him. In this hymn, he is described as the king of the gods of the deep and as one who causes movements in the land and sea. The poem also mentions that the gods have entrusted him with two contradictory roles, that of tamer of horses and that of savior of ships. Any violent storm at sea could be attributed to his handiwork. This is another aspect of Poseidon that Homer picturesquely describes, in his account of the gods' pursuit of Odysseus in the Odyssey. Another important characteristic of Poseidon, which is also mentioned, is his role as the god of horses. Although he also had a certain connection with bulls, which were sacrificed and sometimes said to be brought out of the water in myths, his relationship with horses was especially close in both stories and religious practices. This association between Poseidon and horses seems to make sense for several reasons. Horses represented one of the most powerful natural forces that humans could master, and they were also linked to the land. They were also credited with creating springs in Greek mythology. However, it is interesting to note that the Greeks did not use horse metaphors to describe the waves and sound of the sea, as is done in English with the expression, white horses. Poseidon's connection with horses was possibly very ancient, perhaps even older than his association with the sea. He was widely revered as Poseidon Hippios, that is, the lord of horses, and horses played a central role in the cult of him. In his temples, horses were raised and sacrificed in his honor. In some of their festivities, horse races were held, and the charioteers invoked their help before the races, similar to how sailors did at sea. I hope you liked the video. If so, give me a like, subscribe and don't forget to activate the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you every time I upload a video.